Title: The Magical Map and the Unknown Land. The wind whispers softly through the trees, carrying with it the scent of ancient earth and forgotten secrets. In a humble village, hidden from the bustling world, a young adventurer named Elise stares at an old, worn-out map in her hands. It isn't an ordinary map, but one filled with glowing symbols and lines that seem to shift with every passing moment. This is the magical map, and it has been passed down through generations, each one seeking to unlock the mysteries of the unknown land it points to. Elise, her grandmother's voice echoed in her mind. The map chooses its own path. It calls to those who are ready to venture into the heart of the unknown. But remember, the journey is not for the faint-hearted. With determination in her eyes, Elise takes a deep breath and steps outside, where the sun is beginning to set, painting the sky with hues of pink and gold. She folds the map and tucks it into her satchel, ready for the adventure ahead. The path ahead is uncharted, the trees thick with ancient roots and towering canopies. Elise feels a sense of awe and wonder as she follows the map's shifting directions. With each step, the world around her feels different, as though the very earth is alive, guiding her. As she ventures deeper into the forest, the map begins to glow faintly, the symbols lighting up in response to her movements. It is as though it is reacting to the magic in the air, pulling her toward a destination she cannot yet see. Suddenly, a figure steps out from behind a tree. It's a traveler, dressed in tattered clothes, his face obscured by a hood. "Are you following the map?" the traveler asks, his voice rough but curious. Elise nods, clutching the map tighter. "Yes. Do you know what lies at the end of it?" The traveler chuckles, his eyes gleaming. "No one knows. That's the beauty of it. The unknown land isn't something you find with your eyes. It's something you discover with your heart." As Elise continues her journey, the path becomes more treacherous. The forest grows dense, the trees twisting into strange, otherworldly shapes. The air grows heavy, thick with magic and mystery. The map now pulses with a bright light, urging her to continue forward. But ahead, a great chasm stretches wide, its depths unseen. The air feels cold, as if a barrier stands between Elise and the land she seeks. She hesitates, unsure of what to do. Then, the map shifts in her hands. One of the symbols glows brightly, forming the shape of a bridge. Elise takes a step forward, and the ground beneath her feet begins to glow, forming a path across the chasm. With each step, the air grows warmer, and the map's light grows stronger. She crosses the bridge, feeling a sense of triumph. The first challenge has been overcome, but Elise knows this is only the beginning. The unknown land holds many more mysteries. After days of travel, Elise reaches a clearing in the forest. Before her stretches a vast meadow, its grasses shimmering with an ethereal glow. The map now points to a single spot in the center of the meadow, where a stone pedestal stands, covered in ivy. As Elise approaches the pedestal, she feels the ground vibrate slightly beneath her feet. The map flutters in her hand, its glowing symbols swirling in a mesmerizing pattern. With a soft click, the pedestal opens, revealing a crystal orb inside. The orb pulses with a soft light, drawing Elise in. She reaches out, her fingers brushing the surface of the orb. In an instant, a rush of visions floods her mind, images of distant lands, forgotten cities, and creatures of legend. The orb contains the knowledge of the unknown land, its secrets waiting to be discovered by the brave. Guided by the map and the orb's visions, Elise reaches the heart of the unknown land. Here, the magic is stronger than anywhere else she has been. The trees are taller, their trunks made of shimmering silver, and the sky above is alive with swirling constellations. At the center of the land stands a towering mountain, its peak hidden in the clouds. The map directs her to ascend the mountain, and she feels an overwhelming sense of purpose. As Elise climbs higher, the air becomes thin, and the winds howl around her. But she presses on, determined to uncover the final secret of the unknown land. At the summit of the mountain, Elise stands before an ancient door, carved into the stone. The map's light fades, leaving only the orb to guide her. The door slowly creaks open, revealing a vast chamber beyond. Inside, the walls are covered in intricate murals depicting the history of the unknown land, a land of forgotten magic and lost civilizations. In the center of the chamber lies an ancient throne, adorned with jewels that shimmer in the dim light. Elise approaches, her heart pounding with anticipation. As she steps forward, a voice fills the chamber, ancient and powerful. You have found the heart of the unknown land. It is not a place, but a journey, one that leads to the discovery of who you truly are. Elise stands in awe, the weight of the revelation sinking in. The magical map, the orb, and the challenges she faced were all part of the path to understanding herself. The unknown land was never just a destination, it was the journey that shaped her into the adventurer she had always been destined to become. As Elise stands before the throne, she realizes that the journey is never truly over. There will always be more mysteries to uncover, more lands to explore, and more magic to discover. The map, though now dim and still, will always be with her, ready to lead her on the next great adventure. With a final glance at the unknown land, Elise smiles, knowing that the world is filled with endless possibilities. And as the sun sets behind the mountain, she sets her sights on the horizon, ready for whatever the next adventure may bring. Elise stands in the chamber, her heart full of newfound wisdom and wonder. The ancient voice still echoes in her mind, reminding her that the unknown land is not just a place, but a transformation. She takes a moment to collect her thoughts, absorbing the profound revelation that has changed her understanding of the world. As she turns to leave the chamber, the air feels different, lighter, more vibrant. The once foreboding winds now carry a sense of peace, as if the land itself is congratulating her for unlocking its secrets. The doors to the chamber close gently behind her, sealing the entrance with a soft sigh. It is time to return home. The mountain path, though once treacherous, now feels familiar, as if the mountain itself is guiding her steps. Elise knows that she has been changed forever, and the journey ahead is just as important as the one she's completed. On her descent from the mountain, Elise comes across a small village nestled in a valley. The villagers look up in surprise as she approaches, for few have ever ventured so high into the mountains. One elderly woman, with silver hair and a knowing smile, steps forward. You've been to the heart of the unknown land, haven't you? She asks, her voice filled with awe. Elise nods, her hand instinctively reaching for the map still tucked safely in her bag. The woman's eyes gleam with recognition. I have seen that map before. It has been passed down through generations, and many have tried to decipher its secrets. Few have succeeded, the woman continues. But I sense that you've uncovered something beyond what anyone could have imagined. Elise smiles, feeling a deep connection with the woman. It wasn't just the land I discovered, but a part of myself. The unknown land, it was never truly lost. It was waiting for those who could understand its deeper meaning. The woman nods, her expression thoughtful. You are ready to carry its wisdom forward. Perhaps it is time for you to teach others, to guide those who are willing to seek the truths you've found. Elise spends the next few weeks in the village, sharing her story with those willing to listen. She speaks of the journey, of the challenges and the revelations, and of the importance of seeking one's own truth. As more villagers gather to hear her tale, she begins to see the spark of curiosity in their eyes. The same spark she had felt when she first laid eyes on the magical map. As the days pass, Elise realizes that her adventure was only the beginning. The unknown land was not confined to a distant, magical place that existed within everyone, waiting to be discovered. And now, it was her turn to guide others on their own journeys. One evening, as the village rests under a starlit sky, Elise walks to the edge of the valley. The wind whispers around her, carrying the faint sound of the map's magic once more. She knows that her work is far from over, that there are many more adventures ahead, and countless lands to explore. She looks out toward the horizon, where the sky meets the earth, and the first light of dawn begins to break. The world is vast, full of mysteries and wonders waiting to be uncovered. With the magical map still in her possession, Elise feels ready to face whatever lies ahead. The next morning, Elise prepares to leave the village, her heart full of anticipation. The villagers gather to bid her farewell, their faces full of gratitude and hope. Elise knows that, although she may be leaving this place behind, her connection to it will never fade. The wisdom she has gained will be passed on to future generations, carried by the map and the stories she tells. As she walks away from the village, the map in her satchel begins to glow once more, guiding her toward the next adventure. Elise smiles, for she knows that the unknown land is not just a place to be discovered. It is a way of seeing the world, of embracing the mysteries that lie ahead. And so, with a heart full of courage and a soul ready for whatever the future may hold, Elise steps forward into the unknown, knowing that the journey will always continue. Years pass, and Elise becomes a legend in her own right. The magical map, now worn and weathered with time, is still by her side. She has guided countless adventurers through the lands she once explored, teaching them the importance of seeking the unknown and embracing the journey. The unknown land is no longer a distant, unreachable place. It lives in the hearts of all who dare to dream and seek. And as Elise's story is passed down through the ages, the legacy of her journey endures, inspiring others to embark on their own quests, armed with the knowledge that the greatest treasures are often found not in the destination, but in the adventure itself. Many years have passed since Elise first set foot in the unknown land. The villagers she once met have become old, and their children have grown into adventurers of their own, inspired by the tales she told. Elise's story has spread far beyond the village, carried on the wind and whispered in taverns, spreading across distant lands. The magical map, now even older and more worn, is kept safe, but its magic still lingers. It pulses with a light, subtle but ever present. One quiet evening, while Elise is resting by a fire in the village square, a young man approaches her. His eyes are wide with excitement, and in his hands, he holds a map that resembles the one Elise once carried, but it is not the same. "Elise," he says breathlessly, "I've heard the stories. I've read your writings, and I believe the unknown land calls me." Elise looks at him, sensing the same spark in his eyes that once filled her own heart. The journey of discovery has come full circle. It is not the first time someone has sought her guidance, but this young man's voice carries a new, urgent energy. "This map," he continues, "it's similar to the one you carried, but there's something different about it. It's not just a guide to the unknown land, it's something else. It leads to another place, one I've never heard of." Elise smiles, feeling both proud and curious. "And you want me to help you find it?" The young man nods, handing her the map. Elise takes it in her hands, and for a moment, the world seems to stand still. The map is indeed similar, yet its markings are foreign to her. The symbols shift under her touch, glowing with an unfamiliar light. She recognizes the map's power. This is not just a map of the known world, but something far more ancient. Something even the magical map she once followed never revealed. Elise stands before the new map, her heart racing with excitement. This was no longer just a journey of discovery for herself. The map in her hands calls to something greater, a mystery hidden deep within the world itself. The unknown land was only one chapter of a much larger story, and now, another adventure awaits. "I'll join you," Elise says, her voice calm yet filled with excitement. But remember, this journey is not just about what you will find at the end. It's about what you will discover within yourself. The young adventurer nods, a mix of awe and gratitude in his eyes. He had heard of the power of Elise's wisdom, but to be chosen as a companion on such a quest was beyond what he ever imagined. As they set out together, the village watches them leave, their eyes full of hope. The magical map is passed from one adventurer to the next, its legacy continuing to inspire, to lead those willing to seek the mysteries of the world. The landscape is vast and varied, filled with ancient forests, high mountains, and forgotten temples. Each new place Elise visits brings new challenges and deeper understanding of the world's secrets. Yet with each discovery, she feels that the map she carries is leading her towards something even more profound, a truth that has yet to be revealed. The young man, eager and determined, follows Elise's lead, absorbing her every word, learning the ways of the adventurer. They face trials together, from navigating labyrinthine caves to deciphering ancient riddles hidden in forgotten ruins. The journey is difficult, but it is one filled with discovery, with each step forward, revealing a deeper understanding of the magic that binds the world together. After many months of traveling, Elise and the young adventurer arrive at the edge of a vast, uncharted ocean. A place that had not been marked on any map they had ever seen. The wind blows strong here, carrying the scent of salt and mystery. On the horizon, far beyond the waves, stands an island that seems to glow faintly in the twilight. An island that is not on the map, but one the map now leads them to. Elise stares out at the island, sensing the ancient power that lies there. "This is it," she whispers. "This is where the map was guiding us." With renewed purpose, the two adventurers set sail toward the island. The ocean is calm, but there is a strange, unearthly stillness in the air, as though the world itself is holding its breath. The journey across the water feels timeless, as though they are passing through a barrier between the known and the unknown. When they finally reach the island, the sight before them is like nothing they have ever seen. The land is lush and vibrant, with towering trees that pulse with light and crystal-clear streams that hum with an ancient energy. The ground beneath their feet seems to hum with magic, as though the very earth is alive. They follow the map's final instructions, leading them to the heart of the island. Here, at the center of a great, stone temple, they discover a massive, glowing crystal, the source of the island's magic. The crystal pulses with energy, radiating warmth and light. As Elise approaches, she feels the power of the unknown land and the many realms it connects, each one hidden behind the veil of time and space. "The lost realm," Elise breathes, as realization strikes. This was the place the map was meant to lead to. This is the source of all magic in the world. As Elise and the young adventurer stand before the crystal, the voice of the unknown land speaks once more, this time louder, clearer, and full of ancient wisdom. "You have uncovered the lost realm, the heart of all worlds. The magic you seek was never hidden, it was always within you, waiting to be awakened." The map was not just a guide to lands unknown, but a key to unlocking the mysteries within yourself. The journey is eternal, for the unknown land exists not only in the world, but within every soul that dares to seek it. Elise smiles, understanding the final message. The unknown land, the magic, the map, it was all part of a greater truth. The journey itself is the destination. And as the crystal's light envelops her and the young adventurer, they realize that the adventure never truly ends. It is a cycle that continues, as long as there are those who are brave enough to seek what lies beyond the veil. Elise and her companion return to the village, their hearts filled with the knowledge of the lost realm. They share their discovery with the villagers, passing on the wisdom of the crystal, the magic, and the truth that lies within all who venture into the unknown. And so, the cycle continues. New adventurers rise to follow the path, guided by the magical map that has now become a symbol of hope, courage, and discovery. Elise, now an elder, watches as the next generation sets off into the world. With a knowing smile, she whispers to herself, "The journey never ends." As Elise and the young adventurer, now a seasoned traveler in his own right, return to the village, the atmosphere seems different. A soft, almost invisible hum fills the air, as though the very earth itself has been changed by the energy of the crystal. The villagers gather around them, eager to hear of their adventure, but as Elise speaks, she notices something in the eyes of those listening. It is as if the map's magic has reached beyond the journey itself, touching the hearts of every person who hears the tale. The young adventurer stands beside her, his eyes alight with excitement, ready to take up his own quest, his own journey. But Elise, now understanding the nature of the magic, gently places a hand on his shoulder. The map, the crystal, the land, they are only part of the story, Elise says softly, her voice carrying the weight of years of wisdom. The real magic lies within us, in the choices we make, in the paths we forge. The unknown land is not just a place. It is a state of being, a part of every soul who dares to seek beyond the veil of what is known. The young adventurer nods, finally understanding. He looks out across the land, sensing the power of the magic that pulses in the very soil beneath their feet. As Elise walks through the village one evening, the map she once carried in her hands now resting in her pack, she feels a stirring within her, something beyond the physical world. She is drawn to the quiet part of the village, where the ancient stones of a long-forgotten temple lay hidden beneath the earth. The villagers have never spoken of this place, but Elise's instincts guide her to it, just as the map once guided her. The air is thick with a strange, almost palpable energy as she approaches the temple. The stones seem to whisper, faintly, just out of reach of comprehension. The temple is covered in ivy, its entrances long sealed, but as Elise lays her hand on one of the stone walls, it gives way, opening into the depths of the earth below. With her heart racing, Elise steps forward. The young adventurer, now a trusted companion, follows close behind her, the map glowing faintly in the dark. The deeper they go, the more alive the place feels. It is as though the walls themselves are filled with the ancient secrets of the unknown land, waiting to be uncovered. Inside the temple's heart, they discover a vast chamber. In the center of it lies an ancient book, its cover adorned with symbols Elise recognizes from her journey. The book pulses with energy, its pages blank. "This is the final piece," Elise whispers, reaching out to touch it. As her fingers graze the cover, the symbols shift and swirl, revealing the true map of the world, a map not of physical land, but of the soul. As the map unfolds before Elise and the young adventurer, they realize that this is not just a guide to unknown lands. It is a map of the human spirit, charting the emotions, desires, and hidden potential that reside within each person. The lines and symbols represent paths, not through forests and mountains, but through the heart and mind. "Every person is a land yet to be discovered," Elise murmurs in awe. This map, it shows us the journey we all must take within ourselves. The book's pages begin to glow, revealing the first journey, the path of courage. Elise reads the text aloud, and the room fills with light. She feels the energy of the map surge through her, and in that moment, she understands that true adventure is not in seeking far-off lands, but in exploring the depths of one's own soul, uncovering the fears and dreams that shape each person's path. The young adventurer watches in wonder as the map shifts again, revealing another journey, the path of wisdom. Elise smiles, understanding that every step on this new journey will lead to greater self-awareness, enlightenment, and connection to the universe. With the map now in their possession, Elise and her companion return to the village. Their hearts filled with the realization that the unknown land is not just a place to be found. It is a process, a journey that is ongoing, a series of revelations that occur not only through physical travels but also through spiritual awakenings. As the villagers gather to hear the new tale, Elise shares the truth she has learned. The unknown land is not a destination. It is the quest within each of us. We are all explorers on this journey through life, discovering ourselves, our connection to others, and our place in the world. The map, now a symbol of both physical and spiritual exploration, is passed down through generations, carried by those brave enough to venture both outward and inward. Years pass, and Elise grows older, her hair now silver with time. The young adventurer, now an elder in his own right, continues to guide others on their quests, spreading the knowledge that he learned from Elise. The village thrives, as more and more people set out to discover not just new lands but new paths within themselves. One evening, as the sun sets behind the hills, Elise stands at the edge of the village, gazing out at the horizon. The wind whispers through the trees, and in the distance, she sees the faint glow of the unknown land, ever elusive, always calling to her. She knows her time on this earth is drawing to a close, but she is content. The map, worn and faded, lies beside her, its magic now a part of her very being. Elise smiles, knowing that the journey is never truly over. It lives on in the hearts of those who seek to discover the world, both outside and within. As she takes one last step toward the horizon, the map's light flickers for the final time, fading into the stars. The journey continues, for those who are willing to seek it. Years have passed, but the legacy of Elise and the unknown land has continued to resonate throughout the village. The children grow up hearing her tales, passed down from generation to generation. And the teachings of the map of self-discovery and internal journeys spread far beyond the village borders. The map, once an object of curiosity and mystery, is now understood for what it truly is, a living document. Constantly shifting and evolving, reflecting the soul of the world. The young adventurer, now an elder like Elise once was, often sits by the village fire, recounting the journey to those willing to listen. He speaks not only of the physical lands they traversed, but of the lessons they learned about the strength of the spirit. The wisdom that comes from facing one's fears, and the beauty in understanding one's own heart. It is during one of these sessions, as he speaks of Elise's final days, that a group of children interrupts his storytelling. Their eyes are wide with wonder, and they are holding something in their hands, an old, tattered map. "Grandfather," one of them says, her voice trembling with excitement. "We found something. It's just like the one in your story." The elder looks down at the map the children have brought. His heart stirs. The map is faded and worn, just as he remembers it from his own adventures. But this one is different. It doesn't just glow faintly, it hums with a quiet power, as if it has been waiting for the right person to find it. "This map," the elder says softly, his voice filled with awe, "is a new map. It's not the one Elise carried, but it's connected to it. The magic of the land has evolved. It is calling to you now." The children look up at him, their eyes filled with a mix of wonder and uncertainty. They know that they stand at the beginning of a new journey, but they don't yet understand what it will entail. The new map that the children have discovered is unlike any other map that has been seen before. Where Elise's map showed physical lands, this new one reflects the interconnectedness of all things. It is a map not just of geography, but of emotions, thoughts, and experiences. It reveals paths that connect one person to another, not through physical spaces, but through shared memories, dreams, and hopes. As the children begin to study the map, they realize that it is calling them to places they never imagined. The map points toward their own inner worlds, places where their greatest fears and desires are hidden. It's as though the journey is no longer just about finding the unknown land but about uncovering the unknown within themselves. With the elders' guidance, the children set out on a new adventure, not to conquer lands, but to confront their innermost truths. The journey is not always easy. Along the way, they face challenges that test their courage, their friendships, and their understanding of the world around them. But each challenge they overcome brings them closer to understanding the power of them upon the power within themselves. As the children grow, they begin to realize that the map is not just a guide, it is a living, breathing entity, constantly shifting to guide them on the path of self-discovery. The magic that Elise and the first adventurer unlocked has woven itself into the very fabric of their lives, and the map continues to evolve as they do. It reveals new paths when they need them, and hides others when they are not ready. One day, as the children are exploring the map, they notice something new. A line, faint and almost imperceptible, has appeared on the map. It leads them to a place not of the earth, but of the stars, an unknown realm that beckons to them from the depths of the universe. This is the next step, the elder says, his voice filled with reverence. The unknown land was just the beginning. The map is now taking us beyond the physical world. It is showing us the connections between all living things, between the earth and the stars, between the heart and the mind. This is the true legacy of Elise's discovery. The children, now young adults, stand at the edge of this new journey, unsure of what lies ahead. But one thing is certain, they are no longer just following a map. They are becoming the map themselves, charting the course for future generations. Each journey unfolding as they continue to explore the limitless depths of existence. Years later, as the last of the children who had once found the new map grows old, they stand in the same village where the journey began. The once vibrant map has now faded, its power seemingly extinguished. But as the elder looks out at the horizon, they realize that the map has fulfilled its purpose. It has led them to this moment, a moment of true understanding. The map was never meant to be a guide to physical lands, the elder whispers, their voice filled with wisdom. It was a guide to the soul. We have learned that the unknown land is not just a place to be found, it is a journey that begins within. It is a path that every person must walk, one step at a time. As the elder looks around, they see the faces of the villagers, now a new generation looking back at them, filled with understanding and hope. The magic of the map lives on, not in the object itself, but in the hearts of those who have embraced its teachings. And so, the journey continues, not as a quest for treasure or glory, but as a quest for truth, connection, and self-discovery. The unknown land is not a destination to be reached. It is a way of living, a way of being, a never-ending adventure that will continue as long as there are hearts willing to seek it. As the elder reflects on the final days of their journey, they realize that the magic of the map is not only in the past but in the present and future as well. The map, which had once seemed so separate and mysterious, is revealed to be a part of an eternal cycle, a never-ending circle of discovery and renewal. Each person who carries the map, each adventurer who sets foot on its path, becomes a new chapter in the map's ongoing story. The map is not merely a guide to distant lands, but a symbol of the interconnectedness of all beings. It has been passed down through generations, its magic adapting and shifting to meet the needs of each new era. The elder, now wise with years, smiles softly as they watch the children who once carried the map now passing it on to the next generation. The map, no longer a physical object but a concept, an idea, lives on in each person who dares to embark on the journey of self-discovery. The time comes for the elder to leave, as all things must eventually pass. Yet, the journey is far from over. The elder leaves behind a final note for the villagers, a message that will live on long after they are gone. The words are simple, but profound. The map was not only to show you places, but to help you see the unseen within yourselves. Each of you carries a map, one that no one else can chart. Follow it, and it will lead you to the places you must go, to the wisdom you must uncover. The unknown land is within you all, do not seek it outside, for it is already there. As the elder's final breath leaves them, the villagers feel the weight of their words. They realize that the journey that began with Elise, and continued through their elders, has no true end. It is an endless adventure, one that continues in the hearts of those who seek, always evolving, always transforming. Time flows on, and the generations continue to pass. The village, though now bustling with life, retains its essence, the spirit of adventure, of curiosity, and of exploration. The younger ones, now with their own families and lives, remember the map that once guided their elders. They tell their children stories of its power, and they pass down its teachings. But the magic of the map is no longer confined to just one village or one land. It spreads across the world, carried by travelers, adventurers, and dreamers. The map lives in the hearts of those who choose to walk its path. Its true power lies not in what it shows, but in what it inspires: the courage to explore, the wisdom to learn, and the humility to understand that the journey itself is the destination. The villagers, in their daily lives, feel the presence of the map. Its energy flows through them as they walk their own paths. Each person, from the youngest child to the oldest elder, is on a journey of self-discovery, guided by the invisible hand of the map. The unknown land, once thought to be a far-off destination, is now understood to be a state of mind, a way of being. It is not a place one reaches, but a way of living, an ever-unfolding journey of growth, exploration, and connection. And as the final lines of the map begin to fade, the villagers smile, knowing that they have already found what they were seeking. The unknown land is no longer an external mystery. It is the mystery of their own hearts, unfolding with each passing day. Generations come and go, and the map's influence continues to shape the lives of those who seek its wisdom. The villagers, and those who have come from distant lands to learn, understand that the map is not just a physical artifact. It is a symbol of the eternal journey, one that connects every soul, every heart, and every dream. One day, a young child in a distant land finds a fragment of them upon ancient, weathered piece of parchment. They don't understand its significance, but they feel its pull. In their heart, they know that they must follow its path. And so, the journey begins anew, not with the map, but with the heart. As the stars twinkle above, a soft breeze blows through the trees, carrying with it the whispers of the past, the present, and the future. The map, though no longer in physical form, lives on in the world's endless expanse. It is the pulse of the earth, the breath of the sky, and the heartbeat of every adventurer who dares to dream. And somewhere, far away, a new adventurer sets out on their journey, holding the map in their heart, not knowing what lies ahead. But they do not need to know. For the unknown land is not a place, it is the journey itself, and it will continue for as long as there are hearts brave enough to seek it. The world has changed over the centuries, but the message of the map has remained timeless. The once small village, which was the birthplace of Elise's adventures, has blossomed into a thriving city known for its academies of learning, creativity, and exploration. It has become a beacon for those who wish to walk the path of self-discovery, using the ancient teachings of the map as their guide. as more and more adventurers come from distant lands to study the map's teachings. A new generation of scholars assess those who have never seen the original map but have heard its stories and teachings passed down through history. They study the map's essence, no longer as a physical object, but as an ideology that spans beyond time and space. One such scholar, a young woman named Erin, discovers an ancient book in a forgotten corner of the Academy's library. The book, worn with age and dust, contains a message that speaks directly to the heart of every reader. It is a new chapter, one that was never recorded before, hidden away until the right moment. As Erin reads the passage aloud to a group of fellow scholars, the map in their minds begins to change. The teachings now reveal themselves as not just about individual journeys, but the collective evolution of humanity. Erin realizes that the map is guiding them toward not just self-discovery, but towards an understanding of the interconnectedness of all beings, across time, space, and even reality itself. The world, it seems, is ready to evolve once again. Erin's discovery does not stop with her. Soon, her fellow scholars and adventurers begin to notice something strange when they use the map's teachings. They find themselves connected to realms beyond their own. Dreams overlap with reality, memories shift like waves on an ocean. Time bends in odd ways, and the lines between the conscious and subconscious world blur. The map, in its current form, is no longer just a guide to personal self-discovery, it is becoming a doorway to other dimensions, other planes of existence. The first time Erin steps through one of these doors, she is no longer standing in her academy. She finds herself in a vast landscape, one that mirrors the world she knows but is completely different, like a reflection in a dream. Here, she encounters an older version of herself, an incarnation from another timeline. This version of Erin has already walked the path she is on now, yet has learned something that Erin must still uncover. "Welcome," the older Erin says with a smile. "You are not the first, and you will not be the last. The map has always been here, waiting for those who dare to see the unseen." Erin, filled with wonder, asks, "What is this place? How is it connected to the map?" The older Erin gestures to the horizon, where a field of stars stretches endlessly. This is one of many realms connected by the map. The unknown land is not a single place. It is a collection of experiences, each with its own lessons. The map allows us to reach beyond the physical world, to touch the fabric of existence itself. But we must learn how to listen to the whispers in the wind, the songs of the stars, and the pulse of the universe. As Erin begins to understand the vastness of the map, she realizes that the true journey is not just about finding new lands or exploring new realities, it is about the constant evolution of the self, and the interconnectedness between all living things. The path is not linear, it is a spiral, continuously expanding and returning to the core of being. But as she moves forward, she faces a difficult truth: the map is not without its dangers. Each journey into a new realm carries with it the potential for loss, for distortion of the self. The further one goes, the more one risks forgetting who they truly are, as the boundaries between the self and the universe dissolve. Some who journey too far lose themselves entirely, becoming part of the fabric of the map itself. Erin stands at a crossroads. Does she venture further into these unknown realms, risking everything, or does she return to the world she knows, carrying with her the knowledge she has gained? Her heart beats in time with the rhythm of the universe. She knows that there is no true choice. The path is not for her to decide. It is a part of the map, and it will unfold as it always has, through those brave enough to seek. Years pass, and Erin becomes a figure of legend herself. The teachings of the map, which once seemed mysterious and magical, are now understood by many. Scholars from all corners of the world follow the ancient principles, guiding their own journeys through realms of thought, spirit, and dimension. The map's magic has expanded, touching the minds and souls of countless people, who now understand that the world is not a fixed place, but a fluid, interconnected web. Yet, there are still those who remain skeptical. There are those who fear the unknown, who are too tethered to the material world to see beyond the veil. These individuals cling to the physical, not understanding that the true map lies within, and it cannot be seen with the eyes alone. But for those who are ready, the map continues to call. It beckons to those willing to embrace the unseen, to explore the boundless potential within themselves, and to discover the vastness of existence. The legacy of Elise, the first adventurer, lives on in the hearts of all those who have walked the path of the map. It is no longer just a story, it is a living, breathing force, one that connects all hearts, all minds, and all souls. The unknown land is not a destination, it is the journey, one that continues for as long as there are seekers who dare to listen to the whispers of the map. And so, the circle continues. The path remains open, inviting the next adventurer to step forward. In the distant future, when the stars have changed and the world has evolved once again, a new child will find a fragment of the map, tucked away in a forgotten corner of the earth. They will look at it, not knowing its history, but feeling its power. They will step forward on the path, knowing that the journey is only just beginning. For the map is eternal. It is ever changing. It is ever expanding. And it is always calling to those who are ready to listen. As centuries pass, the map's influence grows deeper into the fabric of the world. Those who have followed its teachings, and those who have ventured into the unseen realms, become the new guardians of the map. They are no longer just scholars or adventurers, they are the keepers of wisdom, guiding others on their own paths of discovery. One such guardian, a man named Oran, is tasked with protecting the map's sacred knowledge. He lives in a secluded monastery high in the mountains, surrounded by ancient texts and mystical symbols. But Oran is different from the others. His mind does not dwell solely on the written teachings or the physical map. Instead, he believes that the true map exists in the heart of every seeker. He has devoted his life to teaching others how to listen to the silent call of the map within themselves. Every year, pilgrims travel from distant lands to seek his guidance. Oran teaches them not to rely on any physical map or guide, but to trust their intuition, to listen to the whispers in the wind, and to trust the subtle directions that appear when the mind is quiet. To the untrained eye, Oran's teachings may seem abstract. But those who have learned to listen deeply understand that this is the next step of the map's evolution. It is no longer a tool that guides the physical body through lands, but a means of navigating the soul through the labyrinth of existence. One day, after many years of peace, a new adventurer arrives at the monastery. Her name is Lyra, and she is unlike any other seeker Oran has met. Her eyes are full of uncertainty, and her heart is weighed down with questions that she cannot answer. She has spent years searching for something she cannot name, feeling lost in the world and disconnected from her purpose. Oran welcomes her with kindness, sensing that she is meant to discover something profound. As they sit in silence, Oran passes her a single, weathered page from an ancient scroll. The page bears the faintest outlines of a map, incomplete and blurred, but somehow pulsing with a strange energy. This is the final fragment of the original map, Oran says softly. It is said that the map will return to its wholeness when the world is ready. Perhaps you are the one who will complete it. Lyra stares at the map fragment, feeling an odd connection to it, as if it is calling her. The symbols seem to shift and rearrange in her vision, forming new shapes that speak to her on a deep, almost primal level. "What is this?" she asks, her voice trembling with awe. Oran answers, "This is the map of all things. It is a map that will show you not just physical places, but the paths of the heart, the connections between all things. It is the culmination of all the wisdom of the past, and it is waiting for you to complete it. Only when you trust yourself completely can you understand its full meaning. Lyra begins to understand that this map is not meant to be completed by external means. It is not something to be physically held or studied. Instead, it is a reflection of her own inner journey, a journey that can only be understood through the act of living it. As Lyra embarks on her journey with the map fragment, she begins to realize that the map does not lead to an external destination, but rather to an internal awakening. Each step she takes, each decision she makes, is guided by the map's silent whispers. The more she follows her intuition, the more the world around her begins to shift. The landscapes she traverses become dreamlike, fluid and mutable. Forests that once seemed solid and unchanging now shift with the wind. Mountains that once stood immovable crumble and rise again, and rivers that had once been straight now wind and twist in impossible directions. The world is alive, constantly evolving and changing, just like the map itself. One day, while meditating beside a crystal-clear lake, Lyra realizes that she is no longer just walking through the world, she is part of the map itself. The map is not something that shows her where to go, but something that is alive within her, guiding her every step, just as it had guided so many others before her. She understands now that the map is not a physical object, nor is it a thing to be possessed. It is a living, breathing force that flows through all things, the air, the water, the earth, and every heart that dares to listen. It is the pulse of the universe itself, always moving, always changing, and always guiding those who are willing to trust its wisdom. Years pass, and Lyra's journey continues. She has become a wise guide to many who come after her, teaching them the same lessons she has learned. The world around her has transformed, not because of any external map or guide, but because of the inner transformation of each person who has followed the map's call. In time, Lyra's own path leads her to the very edge of the known world. There, she stands before a great chasm, a place where the physical world and the realms beyond meet. She has come to understand that this is not a place to be crossed, but a threshold to be embraced. With a deep breath, she steps forward, not into the chasm, but into the light that surrounds it. She is no longer a seeker, but one with the map itself. As she steps forward, the map begins to expand, filling the universe with its light, touching every corner of existence, every being, and every moment. And as Lyra ascends into the light, the map's purpose becomes clear. It was never meant to be completed, for it is infinite. The map is not something that can be finished. It is the journey itself, the never-ending path that all must walk, from the first seeker to the last. As Lyra merges with the light, the map expands outward, forever and ever, touching the hearts of all who are willing to listen. The legacy of the map continues, growing with each new seeker, each new heart, and each new step along the journey. The unknown land is not a place, but a state of being, a state that transcends time, space, and the boundaries of existence. The cycle continues. The whispers of the map call to the next adventurer, and the next. The map lives on, guiding the way to those who seek, just as it always has, and always will. While Lyra's journey ascends beyond the realms of physical boundaries, the map's legacy does not end. The whispers of the map spread, not only to those who have already heard its call, but to the realms beyond the known world, the realms of dreams, of memories, and of forgotten histories. These realms are elusive, existing just outside the edges of human perception, yet the map is the thread that ties them together. It is said that only those with the clearest of minds and the purest of hearts can perceive these realms. And it is in these realms that the true power of the map is revealed. Among those who seek these hidden realms is a group of scholars. who have dedicated their lives to studying ancient texts and uncovering the mysteries of the map. They are known as the keepers of the forgotten path. For years, they have wandered the world, seeking clues, gathering forgotten stories, and piecing together fragments of the map that had been lost to time. One evening, as the sun sets and the shadows grow long, the keepers discover a hidden chamber beneath the earth. Within this chamber lies an ancient altar, etched with symbols that no one has ever seen before. At the center of the altar is a glowing crystal, and inside the crystal lies another piece of the map, a map that has been lost for millennia. The keepers stand in awe, realizing that this is not just a fragment of the physical map, but a key that unlocks the gateway to the hidden realms. As the keepers decipher the symbols, a doorway opens before them, a swirling vortex of light and energy that pulses with the very essence of the map. The air around them hums with power, and they can feel the pull of the realms beyond. This is no longer just a map, it is a doorway to infinity, a bridge between worlds, each step taking them further into the unknown. One of the keepers, a young scholar named Alaric, steps forward. He has always felt a deep connection to the map, and his heart beats with a sense of destiny. As he crosses the threshold of the doorway, he is met with a vision unlike anything he has ever imagined. The world around him shifts. He is no longer standing on solid ground. Instead, he is floating within a vast expanse of stars, galaxies, and cosmic energy. It is a realm beyond time, where past, present, and future converge. The map is not just a guide, it is the fabric of the universe itself, woven into the very essence of existence. He sees Lyra, now a figure of light, her form dissolving into the vastness of the cosmos. She smiles at him, and in her eyes, Alaric sees the truth: the map is not meant to be completed. It is meant to be lived. It is the path that each soul walks, and the journey itself is the ultimate destination. Back in the physical world, the keepers of the forgotten path return from their journey through the realms beyond. Their eyes are filled with a new understanding, one that cannot be expressed in words. They have seen the truth of the map and the endless journey that awaits those who follow its call. Alaric becomes the new guardian of the map, not because he is the chosen one, but because he understands that the map is not for a single soul to possess, it is for all souls to share. The map's true power lies not in its ownership, but in its ability to guide and transform. As Alaric takes his place among the keepers, he begins to teach those who seek to understand the deeper meaning of the map. He shares his vision of the hidden realms and the infinite journey that exists beyond the physical world. But above all, he reminds them that the map is not a destination, it is a path that must be walked with an open heart, and an unwavering trust in the unknown. The teachings of the map spread to all corners of the world, reaching even the most distant lands. And though many continue to seek its physical form, it is the true seekers, the ones who understand that the map exists in the heart, that experience the most profound revelations. As time passes, the map's legacy endures. The map is passed down from generation to generation, not as an object to be cherished, but as a living, breathing force that guides the souls of all who listen. Those who have heard the call continue the journey, each discovering new paths and new realms that were once hidden, but are now revealed through the eyes of the heart. And so, the cycle continues. The map is never truly completed because it is an eternal journey, a journey that transcends the limitations of time and space. It is a story that is never finished, for it is always unfolding, always evolving, and always calling to those who are ready to listen. The legacy of the map lives on, in every heart that dares to walk the path, in every soul that seeks the unknown, and in every adventurer who steps forward into the vast, infinite realms that await. Years pass, and the teachings of the map, though passed down through generations, slowly fade into obscurity. The world becomes a place of uncertainty, as the distractions of the physical realm overpower the deeper calls of the heart. The map, once revered as a sacred object of infinite wisdom, is now forgotten by most. The keeper's words echo through empty halls, and the once vibrant connections to the hidden realms begin to fade like distant stars. But not all are lost. A new generation of seekers arises. These new adventurers are different from those who came before. They are not bound by the old traditions, and they have forgotten the old ways of seeking through external maps and physical guides. Instead, they are born with an innate sense of curiosity that leads them inward. One such seeker is Kaylin, a young woman who has always felt out of place in her bustling, ever-growing city. The walls of stone, the constant noise, the lights that never fade, everything about her world feels stifling. She is drawn to the wilds, to the untamed lands beyond the city's limits, as if the earth itself is calling her. Yet, there are no physical maps to guide her. She knows that the only way to find the answers she seeks is to venture into the unknown and trust the quiet whispers of her heart. One evening, as the sun sets and the world is bathed in a golden glow, Kaylin encounters an old man on the outskirts of the city. He carries no map, but his eyes are filled with ancient knowledge. He smiles at Kaylin and says, "The map you seek is within you." It has always been. The old man, who calls himself Nara, becomes Kaylin's guide. He speaks little, yet every word he utters is profound. He tells her stories of the past, of the ancient adventurers who once walked the path of the map and unlocked the hidden realms. He speaks of Lyra, of Alaric, of the keepers who protected the map, and of the journey that never truly ends. As Kaylin follows Nara into the heart of the wilderness, she begins to sense something shifting within her. The world around her becomes vibrant, full of life and energy. Every step she takes seems to echo with the footsteps of those who have walked before her. And slowly, she begins to understand that the map is not something to be found in a place, it is something to be discovered within herself. One night, as they sit by the fire, Nara gives Kaylin a small stone. It is smooth and worn, its surface glimmering in the firelight. "This," he says, "is the key to the next step of your journey." It is not a physical map, but a symbol. The real map will reveal itself when you are ready to see. Kaylin holds the stone in her hand, feeling its warmth. She senses a deep connection between it and the world around her, as though the stone itself is part of the fabric of the universe. She closes her eyes and, for the first time, she begins to hear the whispers of the map within her heart, guiding her steps. The stone is not a traditional map. It does not have lines or markings that indicate where Kaylin must go. Instead, it seems to pulse with an energy that resonates with her soul. As she follows the subtle pull of the stone, she realizes that the map is not a tool to control the journey, but a guide to help her surrender to it. Days turn into weeks as Kaylin and Nara journey deeper into the unknown. The landscape around them shifts, growing more mystical and surreal. The winds sing with a strange harmony, and the stars above them seem to guide their path. They encounter creatures and spirits from the ancient world, beings that are no longer bound to the physical realm, but who exist within the layers of existence that the map reveals. Through these encounters, Kaylin learns the true meaning of the map. It is not something that can be conquered or possessed. It is a journey to be embraced, a never-ending unfolding of possibilities. The map is not a map of places, it is a map of consciousness, guiding those who seek it through the landscapes of the heart and mind. One evening, as they sit by a tranquil lake, Nara speaks of the ultimate truth: the map is not a single journey. It is the journey of every soul, the shared path of all who seek meaning. You are not walking alone, Kaylin. You are walking with everyone who has come before you, and with everyone who will come after you. Kaylin's journey reaches a climax when she arrives at the heart of the wilderness, a place where the physical world and the spiritual world converge. Here, at the center of the world, lies the final gate, the gateway to the realm where time and space cease to exist, where all knowledge converges. The gate is not made of stone or iron, but of light, a swirling, ever-changing mass of energy that seems to pulse with life. As Kaylin approaches, the stone in her hand begins to glow. And she realizes that the map has not led her here to find something, it has led her here to become something. With one final step, Kaylin passes through the gate. And as she does, she is engulfed in light. When the light fades, Kaylin finds herself standing in a vast, infinite expanse. There are no boundaries here, only an endless field of possibilities, stretching into forever. The map is no longer a physical object, nor is it a guide to external places. It is the map of all existence, and Kaylin is a part of it. She understands now that the map is not something that can be completed or finished. It is the essence of the journey itself. It is a living, breathing force that connects all things. The map is not a destination, it is the path that every soul walks, and each journey adds to its ever-expanding story. Kaylin realizes that she is no longer just a seeker. She is the map, and the map is her. The journey she began is eternal, and she will walk it for as long as the stars continue to shine. As Kaylin stands at the heart of the infinite realms, she hears the echoes of the adventurers who have come before her. Their voices join with hers, creating a symphony of journeys that span the ages. And as she listens, she feels the map's call once more it as something external, but as a part of her own soul. The map continues to guide the hearts of those who seek it. It continues to unfold, eternally, and as it does, it expands the very fabric of the universe. Its legacy lives on in every soul that dares to listen, in every heart that chooses to walk the path. The cycle never ends. The map is not a thing, it is a journey, a living expression of the eternal quest for meaning and connection. And so, the story of the map continues, forever unfolding in the hearts of those who follow its call. That's the end of today's story. See you.